Okay, welcome my dear students. Today we are going for the new session and that is chapter number 5 under the sensors and industrial instrumentation, and the name of the topic as I told you is that is what piezoelectric transducers. Okay, generally piezoelectric transducers are used for the measurement of force my dear students. Okay, and piezoelectric transducers are active transducers. Okay, and these transducers works upon the principle of piezoelectric effect. Okay, see here how we are going to get the piezoelectric effect that I am going to tell you in a detailed manner, my dear students. Okay, before going for the subject, let me depict you first what is piezoelectric effect. Okay, piezoelectric effect means see here the piezoelectric effect means a piezoelectric material in which I'm going to take it. This is a piezoelectric material. Here I'm going to get see here electrical potential. Okay, this is an electrical potential or the electrical output that appears at the output. Okay, when what happens means okay, if the dimensions of the crystal, okay, if the dimensions of the crystal are going to apply by one force. Okay, if the dimensions of the crystal are going to be applied for a force, here the dimensions of the crystal are T is the thickness and W is the width of the crystal and L is the length of the crystal, my dear students. Okay, so ultimately what I'm going to tell you itself is that a piezoelectric means a piezoelectric material is one in which electrical potential appears across the certain surface of the crystal if the dimensions of the crystal is changed by application of the force, my dear students. That's what I'm going to depict you. Okay, now I'm going for the back points to say what the things that you need to remember at the okay, we need to remember to enter into the other things. Okay, now we are going for the see here the point which I have written here. Okay, now here I have delivered the same point over here. Here I am going to take it a piezoelectric okay material, okay, in which an electrical potential appears across the surfaces of the crystal if the dimensions of the crystal are changed by the application of which force, that is mechanical force, my dear students. Okay, and this potential, because of this particular potential means I am going to take it this is a crystal. Because of the force, so then what happens here the charges are going to be imposed on this particular crystal. Okay, here what happens means due to this particular force, what is happening okay, when I'm applying the force over here, then what happens a strain is produced in this crystal. A strain is going to be produced in this crystal. Okay, if reversely also, if I'm going to apply a strain on this crystal, a mechanic force is also deployed. That is the reason the effect is called reversible. Okay, here that's the thing I'm going to tell you here. Conversely, if an varying potential is applied okay to the proper axis of the crystal, then it will change okay the dimensions of the crystal, thereby the deformation takes place, and this effect is called is known as a piezoelectric effect, my dear students. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, the elements which are exhibiting, which are obeying okay the piezoelectric okay effect are called piezoelectric materials or piezoresistive materials. Means simply what I'm going to tell you itself means here if I'm applying any force on this particular crystal, then the deformation takes place. As the result of that, the output you are going to get in the form of the electrical output, my dear students. Okay, and the properties that are exhibiting okay over here, and these properties I am going to tell you itself is piezoelectric resistive elements. Okay, generally how many types of the piezo generally, okay, what are the various types of the piezoelectric materials and how okay the things are going to be, that's I'm going to tell you in a detailed manner. Okay, see here if I'm going for the here what are the materials, generally the materials which obeys okay the piezoelectric effect, the significant piezoelectric effect are classified into two types. One is natural group and second one is the synthetic group. Okay, here the natural group means quartz and rochelle silt comes under the natural group, and materials like lithium sulfate, ethylene diamine tartarate, these are belonging to the synthetic group, my dear students. Okay, these are the points that you need to remember, that you need to know when comes into the okay the concept of the piezoelectric materials. Now here what happens means here next point itself is that if I'm going to apply okay, if I'm going to apply any sort of okay any sort of force, or we are going to make it any sort of force on this one, then what happens? Deformation takes place. For this particular material, deformation takes place. Okay, how many types of deformation takes place? Means see, for this crystal we are going to make the deformations. One is the thickness expansion, second one is transverse expansion, third was thickness shear, and fourth one is phase shear, my dear students. Means what is thickness expansion, what is transverse expansion, and what is thickness shear and phase shear, that I am going to depict you in the diagrammatic manner, and I will explain the concept using that one, my dear students. Okay, here this is called thickness shear. Thickness shear means see, I'm going to apply in this direction. Suppose this is a piezoelectrical crystal, I'm applying in this direction, and this one is called, so means I'm changing the thickness of the crystal. These are, I'm changing the thickness of the crystal. That's the reason it is called thickness shear. What is phase shear? Phase shear means when I'm applying in this direction, okay, in this direction, then face of the crystal, this is the face of the crystal in which it is going to be changing over here. That's the reason it is called phase shear. And that is the thickness expansion. Here I am going to shear. Shear means shear means that is the transformation and the adjacent sides. Okay, now here expansion, I'm expanding the thickness of the crystal. Okay, this is the general thickness of the crystal. I'm expanding in the upward direction like this and like this. And the transverse expansion, I'm expanding in this particular direction, and this is called transverse expansion, my dear students. Okay, and these are the various modes of operation. Generally we are going to take it okay, for a, that is general crystal. Okay, and the very important thing that I'm going to enter here, the measurement of force. Okay, using this particular piezoelectrical transducer, okay, how I'm going to measure the force. Okay, so for that one, here I'm going to apply a force on this crystal. Let the initial thickness of the crystal is T, and the delta T is the, okay, the change in the thickness of the crystal. And W here, W is the width of the crystal, and L is the length of the crystal. Okay, here the output voltage is E naught, you are going to get across the crystal. See here, what ultimately I'm going to tell you means here the important things that you have to remember, that each piezoelectrical crystal, I'm going to have how many axes? Here I'm going to have it a 3 axis. Okay, and this axis, okay, here what happens, an optical axis, generally we are going to call it as a optical axis, and this one itself is electrical axis, which is 120 degrees, which is always 120 degrees to the other axis. Like this, it is 120 degrees, my dear students. Okay, similarly, if I'm going for the 3 mechanical axis, where is the 3 mechanical axis, my dear students? 3 mechanical axis means here this is 3 mechanical axis Y, and this axis is always 90 degrees. It is always 90 degrees to the X axis, my dear students. Okay, here I told you that the concept is reversible. Reversible means if electrical stress is applied in the direction of electrical X axis, if I am applying the electrical stress in the direction of X axis, then what happens? Mechanical strain is produced in the direction of Y. Okay, similarly, okay, which is perpendicular. Now if a mechanical stress is applied along the Y axis, if I am going to apply a mechanical stress along the Y axis, then what happens? Electrical charges appears on the faces of the crystal, that is perpendicular, means here in this direction, that is you are getting the water. Okay, see, the electrical charges, means that's the reason the concept is reversible. Means when you are applying over here stress, you are going to get the mechanical force. If you are applying the mechanical force over here, you are going to get here the electrical crystal. That is, this is here itself is mechanical force, here it is ES, means electrical stress. Means the concept is vice versa, my dear students. Okay, now here one more important thing that you have to remember over here is see, generally what are the properties of a crystal? Means the properties of the crystal, always the crystal depends on the cutting edge of the crystal. Means if you are going to take it, okay, always if you, the properties will change, that depends upon the cutting edge of this particular crystal. And second one is the thickness of the crystal, always it depends upon the thickness of the crystal. And third one itself is the dimensions of the plate. Okay, what are the dimensions of the plate that are present for any particular crystal? And fourth one is means of mounting, means how you are placing the crystal. Okay, based upon these particular parameters only, okay, the crystal will vary its properties, my dear students. And I already explained the modes. Okay, now I am going to explain in a detailed concept over here. So what is that particular concept means? What are the formulas, okay, that you are going to get when you are operating the measurement of force inside the piezoelectric transducer? That I'm going to explain in a detailed manner, my dear students. Before that, I'm going to erase what are the things I told you over here, my dear students. Okay, now I'm going for here. The very important thing is the formulas. Okay, here what happens means because of the mechanical force, okay, because of the mechanical force, here what is happening, okay, this particular force, because of this force, a charge q is developed in this particular inside the crystal. Now what is the relation between q and this f? I'm going to tell you one by one, my dear students. Okay, that is the reason formulas for the piezoelectric crystal. The magnitude of the polarity of the induced charges, okay, that is on the surface, okay, of the crystal are proportional to the magnitude and the direction of the applied force. Okay, these surface charges I'm going to represent by q, and this is by f. So what is the relation between q and f means charge equal to q, which is equal to d into f, where d is called charge sensitivity of the crystal, where the units for the d is equal to q is coulombs and f is that is a newton. Okay, and it is constant for the given crystal. Always it is constant for the given crystal. So where q here, d is very very important, don't get confused. This is nothing but the charge density. Now what are the formulas you are going to get from the crystal in the next okay, that is parameter. Now here if the force is applying along the C crystal, if I am going to apply, this is a general crystal, if I am going to apply any force on this particular crystal, then the initial thickness is T, then the change in the thickness is delta T. Okay, so how you are getting this particular formula, let me depict you. Okay, the force causes a change in the thickness of the crystal. So first, what is the Young's modulus formula? Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. Stress formula is force per area. Strain is equal to delta T by T. Okay, now here I have written this one and it goes to the numerator. Okay, now here bring back F outside. If I am bringing back F outside, then F is equal to A into this formula you are going to get, my dear students. This is formula you are getting from the, okay, Young's modulus. Okay, from here what is A? A is a W into L, that is width of the crystal, and okay, in meters, and L is the length of the crystal in meters. Okay, from again, okay, to these particular equations, you know the formula for F and you know the formula for the, okay, that is okay, then you can know that Q formula. What is the formula? Q equal to, I told you that, D into F. Okay, so Q equal to D into F, my dear students. Okay, and here coulombs, it is nothing but the coulombs. Okay, and one more important thing, here what I'm going to tell you itself means, okay, here I'm going to take it the, so here I'm going to take it, okay, one more important formula. That formula itself is pretty important, and see the charge, okay, because of this particular charge, okay, here what I'm going to tell itself is, because of this particular charge, okay, this is the charge. Okay, this charge you are going to get it out, that is outside. Okay, because of this charge, okay, you are getting this is outside, and the formula for E naught is equal to Q by Cp, my dear students. Okay, so this formula is pretty important. You should remember when comes into the, okay, that is the very important thing that you need to remember, my dear students. Okay, E naught equal to Q by Cp. Okay, now here the very important thing is that, see, I'm going to take it a crystal. Okay, here I'm going to take it a crystal, and here I'm going to take it the output over here. Okay, and I'm going to take it here itself is, this is nothing but what, the outside itself is, okay, this I'm going to get it as E naught, and here these electrodes are acting as a parallel plate capacitor, and the formula for the Cp is the parallel plate capacitor, and Cp is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon naught into A by 2. This is relative permittivity of the medium, permittivity of the free space, area that is between, and T is the thickness. Then substitute here E naught equal to, I already told the formula. What is E naught? E naught equal to Q by Cp. Okay, therefore Q equal to, what is the formula? D into F. For Cp formula, this I have substituted. Then from this, bring back D outside, T and this particular parameters I bring outside, and the rest part is F by A, and F by A is nothing but pressure. Okay, where the pressure itself is Newton per meter square. Then substitute E naught equal to, here again, okay, D by epsilon naught, that this I have written 1, and T I have written separately. F by A is nothing but pressure. Okay, therefore, but here what is D by E epsilon? This is nothing but that is nothing but what, this is generally, okay, the voltage sensitivity of the crystal represented by G. G equal to D by epsilon or epsilon naught. G is the voltage sensitivity of the crystal. Units are voltmeter per Newton, and D is the charge sensitivity of the crystal, my dear students. Okay, and this is also constant for the given cut. Okay, now if I'm going to take it, the formula for the G equal to, as I told you, okay, which is equal to E naught. See, substitute here. Okay, I have substituted from this. Again, take this formula out. Okay, from this formula, okay, here E naught, this formula, from this formula bring back G outside. G equal to E naught by TP, but E naught by T is nothing but, this is nothing but equal to electric field strength. Okay, that I have written, and the units are volt per meter. Okay, that I have written. Therefore G is equal to here, okay, electric field strength by the pressure, my dear students. Okay, now here one more important thing that you need to remember over here, okay, is this one. Okay, here I'm going to take it the relationship. What is the relation between the voltage sensitivity? This is a charge sensitivity and voltage sensitivity. Means the charge sensitivity is equal to this one. Okay, epsilon into, that is G, but epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon. This is nothing but the voltage sensitivity. Once again, my dear students, charge sensitivity is that is units are coulomb per Newton. This is voltage sensitivity. Is formula is voltmeter per Newton. Like that, we are going to bring back the various formulas over here. Okay, when you are learning the subject. Okay, when you are learning the subject. Okay, now based upon these particular things, okay, we are going to solve certain numericals, basic numericals over here. Okay, now we am going to take it a quartz. Okay, this is what I am going to take it a quartz. Okay, a quartz crystal, I am going to take it a quartz piezoelectrical crystal having its sensitivity of 2 mm and a voltage sensitivity of this one 0.055 voltmeter is subjected to a pressure. He has given the pressure also. This is calculator output voltage V naught. He only given that ER permittivity. He has given the permittivity 40.6 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. Calculate its charge sensitivity. He is asking also the D. Okay, what is the formula for E naught is equal to G into T into P. Substitute the G value and thickness value. Already he has given the thickness. This is 2 mm, and the P value pressure he has given over here. Then you are getting substituting 165 volts. Then charge sensitivity D is equal to epsilon naught epsilon R into G. But here epsilon naught, that is permittivity of the free space, is 1. This is and but he has given this value here. Okay, then substitute these particular parameters, and into thickness you substitute, then you are getting 2.23 picocoulomb per Newton, my dear students. In that way, you need to solve the problems based upon this particular formulas. Now, I am going for the one more formula, okay, problem. Okay, here a piezoelectrical crystal having the dimensions of length, breadth and width given 5 mm, 5 mm and thickness he has given, and a voltage sensitivity he has given is 0.055 voltmeter, and used for the force measurement. Calculate the force if the voltage developed is 100 volts. Okay, suppose the applied pressure P equal to E naught by GT. Okay, here E naught value itself, I told you that E only given that the E naught value is how much he has given is 100 volts. Okay, and here G value E only given, this is the value of the G, and he has given the thickness is here. Then substitute, you are getting this answer. Okay, similarly, I know that the pressure is equal to force per unit area, but he is asking what is the force. P into E, already have the pressure is there, and area means this is length and up to here, length into width. Now substitute, you are getting the answer is 30 Newton. Like that, you have finished about the problems over here based upon the concept. In this session, we have finished about okay, what is a piezoelectric transducer, on which principle it depends, and what are the elements of a piezoelectric transducer, and how the piezoelectrical transducer works, and how many modes are there, and what are the characteristics, and what are the characteristic formulas you are going to get when we are applying the piezoelectric transducer. Okay, all these things we have finished with respect to the numericals. Okay, in the next session we are going for the equivalent circuit of the piezoelectric transducer, and how the loading effects takes place and its frequency response, and how the frequency response analysis is there, and what are the basic properties in the basic numericals. We are going to study in a detailed manner in the next session under chapter 5, my dear students. Okay, thank you very much for this session. Okay, thank you. Okay.